Welcome. Thank you for joining the program. I appreciate you wherever you're joining from. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for connecting. Please like and share the program as we join. Share on your platform, share to family and friends, share to anyone that is close to you. Keep sharing so that we can be able to reach to as many people as possible. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you and I welcome you to this very program. Please kindly like and share on your own platform, share to family and friends.
Not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isob. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining the program wherever you are joining us from. I appreciate you and I welcome you. Please, as you join the platform, kindly like and share the program so that others can be able to join us. Like and share, because the restriction is becoming so much that they don't send out notifications to people to join us. So you are going to help us to send this message across. So as you join the platform, you like and you share on the WhatsApp group where you belong. Any group you belong, please kindly share the broadcast there so that people there can be able to join us on this very broadcast. Keep on liking, keep on sharing. The more you share, the more we reach out to more people, and the more we have more audience to speak to. We must continue. We cannot relent in our effort. We will never chicken out of this very responsibility until we achieve our aims. That is why I urge you to please kindly support by liking and sharing. I welcome you. If you are joining from Biafra land, my special thanks go to you. Sam channel, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. If you are joining us from Biafra land, from any part of Biafra land, I appreciate you and I welcome you specially. And I say, may Chukwu come and protect you. If you are joining from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, whichever part of the world you are joining the program from, I welcome you and I say, may Chukwu come be my God and protect you. And I say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. We are here once again, as we all do, preaching the same message we've been preaching all the time. We are here once again to speak to Biafran people as we have always done. You know that in this very platform, we don't come here to preach hate, we don't come here to instigate violence, neither do we come here to come and talk against people. We do not come here to preach violence. We don't come here to instigate people. We don't come here to attack people. I say it and I say it again. What we do here is to encourage Biafrans. What we do here is to bring the plight of the indigenous people in that contraption to the world. What we do here is to set the record straight and encourage Biafrans and remind Biafrans of their inalienable right. Remind them of their right that they must never ever give up. That is what we do here, and we will continue to do so. We will continue to do so until we get our freedom. Today, as you all know, is the last day of our sit at home. Every one of us that is watching this program, you know why we are sitting at home. You all know why we have chosen that sit at home. You know why we are doing the sit at home. The reason why we are doing sit at home, for those who are joining for the first time who do not know, is because we are demanding for our rights. It is because an innocent man was kidnapped from Kenya, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. Getting to Nigeria, he won his case, and they refused to leave him. He has been in jail for more than 2 years now. He has been in detention. That person is nobody but Mazen Nandekano, the supreme leader of IPOB. And because they have continued to hold this man against his own will, that is why we continue to protest on a daily basis. That is why we continue to speak on top of our voices and make sure that they hear us and hear us clear. We will continue to speak up and we will continue to tell the world about the situation of Biafran people, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, and we will never relent in our effort. We will continue to fight this battle until we win our freedom. The battle is so intense. It is so intense, but we cannot run away from it. It is our responsibility to make sure that we restore Biafra, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, no matter the challenges we see. That is why today we are embarking on the sit at home. And that sit at home also is to let the world know that today the Biafran people have chosen their face and they listen to only one direction. The only people they listen to is the Biafra Republic of the Exile. Is to let the world know that today Biafrans have taken charge of their territory and they are listening to only one command. The command coming from the Biafra Republic in exile through our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. The sit at home is to let the world know that we are ready to go home. We have suffered enough. We have complained enough. We have written petition enough. And we can no longer continue to write petition. We can no longer continue to complain. We can no longer continue to say things the way it's not supposed to be said. We have cried enough. We cannot cry anymore. We have gotten to a point where every one of us will now raise up their hands and begin to fight for our freedom and make sure that we get it, no matter what people say. And that is why Biafrans unanimously agreed on sit at home. And that sit at home was lasted for 2 weeks. Today is the last day. Today is the last day of the sit at home. And I bet you Biafra land is locked down today. When you look at Biafra land, you find out that people in Biafra land, the criminals, they don't want us to be free. Some people have been bought over. Against the will of the people, they have been bought over and they are being held captive and they do not want us to move forward. They have been bought over. At every given opportunity they have, they begin to fight against us and make sure that we don't send the gospel and we don't do what we have to do. They have pushed several kinds of propaganda. They send several kinds of blackmail against the Biafran people. We continue to hear these blackmails on a daily basis. But I thank you, that the Biafran people who are ready to go home, they are not deterred. They are not bothered. The Biafran people remain consistently personified. They remain consistent in their demand, unchanging. And we will continue to demand for what we want until we are completely free from that captivity. Every one of us can see the plans they are making. You see the way they have caged our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away from our sight. They have decided to take away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. None of us today can say categorically clear where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is or what is going on with him. None of us can be able to identify or say this is what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or this is the situation. Nobody can bring out a message and say this is what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As you all know today, you saw the tweet of our Prime Minister days ago about the condition that it's a serious issue. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. If you know what you are going to do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, start doing it. Stop doing it because we cannot afford to lose him in the hand of the DSS. They are doing everything possible to break him down. They are doing everything possible to make sure that we have him no more. If you are not scared, you have to be scared now about the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because as it stands now, it is almost impossible to get somebody who can reach him. Almost impossible. After they were able to buy up Aloy Ejimakor, from that time they bought Aloy Ejimakor up to this moment, nobody can be able to say that what is happening there or what is not happening. Aloy Ejimakor was the channel through which informations were coming, and at least he was giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the right information until he sold out. From the moment Aloy Ejimakor sold out, everything turned upside down. You cannot guarantee anything anymore. You can't. And from the information gathered, we are hearing that even his own family cannot see him anymore. But of course, they don't care. His brothers, they don't care. They care about themselves. They are focused on money. They are focused on conducting whatever they call fundraising. And ask them, what are they raising fund for? None of them can explain why they are raising the fund. None of them can explain why they are raising fund. No explanation whatsoever. All they know is that they are raising fund. And they go to their platform on a daily basis, they continue to speak about fundraising. Ask them, what are they raising the fund for? None of them can explain why they are raising the fund. They do not care about their brother. And up to this moment, none of them, including the wife, none of them was able to come and tell us what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even why he was kidnapped in the first place. Nobody have been able to tell us the true story of what transpired. And instead of that, they are busy chasing shadows. They are busy chasing what doesn't exist. They are busy talking about irrelevant issues. How long shall we continue to focus on this? How long shall we continue to look upon things that are irrelevant? How long shall we continue to be patient and watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die gradually? If you truly care about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and you know he was fighting a genuine cause, this is the time for you to rise up wherever you are. Rise up with anger and speak. Rise up. Whatever you know you can do, start doing it now. Stop waiting. There's no time to wait. What are you waiting for? There's no time to wait. Everything that belongs to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today is just like being a kind of a shadow. Everything about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is gradually disappearing before your own very eyes, and you are watching. Everything about our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is gradually disappearing. And you watch these criminals, the politicians and the agents of darkness and all the modes, working hard 24/7 to make sure that they erase every of his legacy. If not for our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa, what could have been our fate today? If not for Mazen Simon Ekpa, what would have been the fate of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself, why is it that all their energy is channeled on sit at home? Why is their energy channeled on sit at home? Have you ever asked yourself, these people know how to stop the sit at home? It is a simple request of releasing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the sit at home stop. Why is it that they have refused to release him and yet they want to stop the sit at home? They have refused to release Mazen Nnamdi. A simple thing that you will do. You let him go, and the fruit sit at home ends automatically. Our Prime Minister have announced that even before now, a long time ago, gave them that opportunity. He has told them, you don't need to discuss with me. You don't need to call me. You don't need to talk to me. You don't need to give anything. Just release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And it will end everything. Biafran people are watching. That statement was guaranteed by Biafran people that release our supreme leader, and then anything that has to do with sit at home ends. But they pretend not to hear. They pretend not to hear. They pretend they don't care. And they continue to do what they are doing, and they continue to push falsehood, push lies, blackmail, propaganda, right, left, and center. How long shall we continue to tolerate this evil? They have gotten to a stage where we can no longer keep silent. If we continue to keep silent at this stage, it is going to be very devastating. If we continue to maintain silence at this stage, it's going to be very destructive. If we continue to remain silent at this very stage, it is going to be so bad. It is going to be too bad. That is why every one of us have to rise up now. You must rise up now to do the needful. And if you don't, you think it's just about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, right? You think it's about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Just pray that if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not seen today or tomorrow, you never know who will be next. The only voice that every one of us has, a man that have given everything for you and I, and you are watching them take him away from us. You are watching them smoke him away from us. You are watching him disappear before your own very eyes. Have you ever asked yourself, when was the last time you saw Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? When was the last time you saw Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the court? And why is it that nobody is concerned? Why is it that nobody is concerned? The only people that are concerned and channeling their energy to his freedom is the Biafra Republic government in exile through Mazen Simon Ekpa and all the members of Autopilot. These are the people who has held on one particular thing that they know. They sit at home. We have continued to hammer on the sit at home. We have continued to hold, and from every indication, even a blind man, a deaf and dumb today know that the only reason why people are still talking about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is because of the sit at home. Apart from sit at home, there's no other place is being remembered. It is only that sit at home today that is making Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come on top of the news. Each time you see these idiots talk about Biafra, what they are coming and talk is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. Without the sit at home, you cannot get that headline, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. Without that sit at home, you cannot get the headline, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did this. You can't hear it. Without the sit at home, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu would have been history. What I'm expecting is that those of us who claim that they love Mazen Nandekan, they are supposed to key in line and support the sit at home. Even if you don't want to support it, don't come against it. Don't come against it. If you don't have anything to offer, do not come against it. Why are you being enemy of yourself? And you see, we have come a long way on this very pattern. We have come a long way, and that is one thing I'll see in Mazi Samanepa. When you see Mazi Samanepa, he has been very, very lenient. Our Prime Minister Mazi Samanepa has been very, very careful to make sure that we reduce the collateral damage to number 0. He has been very tolerant at every given point in time. He still gives the olive branch to them for them to change. At every given point in time, he still leaves that open door for them to change and come back. But how many of them have repented? How many? How many of them have repented? Not even one. Instead of them to change and turn back for good, they are deepening themselves into the destruction the more. They are deepening themselves into the destruction the more. And how long shall we continue to fold our hands while we watch our supreme leader Mazen Nandekan disappear before our own very eyes? Nobody is asking any question. Instead, they are busy planning their evil or how to douse the tension. The leader of more than 70 million people disappearing before our own eyes, and you think it's okay, you think it's normal. You think it's normal. It is so sad. A very sad and painful situation. And that is why our Prime Minister have finally raised the bar. Most of you must have seen the broadcast that our Prime Minister made yesterday. In those information he said yesterday, he gave a serious warning to all the saboteurs. All the saboteurs who have gathered themselves, connived together, continue to hold us down. He has given a direct instruction and statement, and he said it can no longer be business as usual. He has mentioned that he has been trying to make sure that he reduces the collateral damage to number 0. He has been holding himself to make sure that the infighting does not start. He has been making sure that no innocent blood is found in our hand. He has been making sure that every of our people are being saved, because everybody is important. But the more we continue to give them time to repent, the more they continue to cause more damage. The damage that these people have caused has become so much that we can no longer wait. And that is why today our Prime Minister have raised the bar, and he said, we are going to go after everyone that is a saboteur in Biafra land. If you are enemy of the people, if you are one of those who is standing their ground to make sure that Biafra doesn't come, those of you who are benefiting from the death of your own brothers and sisters, those of you who are benefiting from the evil that is happening in Nigeria, the end has come. We have waited for this moment for a very long time. But I want you to understand, in every organization, in every place where people are fighting for freedom, these issues do happen. What is about to happen in Biafra land, it happens in every other society. Go and check the history of everybody that fought their freedom. There is always that infighting. The Biafran restoration, in Biafran restoration, Mazen Nandekan have been restraining. Because of restraining, Mazen Nandekan, that was why they were able to capture Mazen Nandekan and kidnap him. Everything that happened in the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekan was indoor. It was people inside that planned. They gave out information. They participated fully in the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekan. It's not that Mazen Nandekan didn't know. Mazen Nandekan knew all of them who were fraudulent, but he was trying to give them time to repent. In the era of Mazen Nandekan, he has also given that olive branch, but judging from what has happened to Mazen Nandekan, we cannot spare any idiot anymore. That is why our Prime Minister have raised the bar to go after every insider, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, all the Igbo Biafrans who are standing against Mazen Nandekan, against Biafra, who are benefiting from the death of their own people, who are selling out their own people. The time has come to go after them. We have waited for a very long time. We have spared them for a very long time, trying to give an olive branch to see if they can be able to turn back from their evil deed. But from every indication, the more you wait, the more they deepen themselves into that criminality. The more you wait, the more they deepen themselves into destruction. The more you wait, the more they continue to show you that you must come out of your way to fight. And I tell you, we cannot wait anymore. The time has come for us to take our destiny in our own hand. We must have to fight that battle now or never. It's either now or never. We have waited for too long. We have waited and waited and waited for too long, and the time has come for us to take responsibility of our lives and fight for our freedom. So wherever you are as a Biafran, prepare yourself for what is coming. And if you are one of the saboteurs, prepare also, because we are coming after you. Every one of you that have sworn and said that they will be a stumbling block to Biafra, your end has come. Every one of you that have been paid, every one of you that have been working against Biafra because of your own selfish interest, because of your fraudulent business you are doing, because of the evil and gains you are making at the expense of the blood of your own people, every single one of you will go down. Master Simon Ekpa doesn't act fast. He doesn't just speak because he wants to speak. Whenever you see him speak about something, you know that it has reached to his neck. When it comes to taking actions, he doesn't rush in taking actions. Our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, doesn't rush in taking actions. And if you have been following him from the onset, you will understand that Master Simon Ekpa is somebody who does not rush in taking action. If you have been following him from the onset, from the beginning of this struggle, you see that every time, even because of his carefulness, that is why some people hate him. That is why some people attack him. Most of the attack he's getting today, most of the people that hate him is because he is taking his time to find certain battles that are not right. That is why anytime he opens his mouth to say something, I don't take it for a joke. Anytime Master Simon Ekpa opens his mouth to complain about something, I do not take it for a joke. If you are a Biafran in Biafra land today, or any place you are, a Biafran, and you are part of those, either they are your uncle, or they are your sister or brother, or you are getting one thing or the other through the people who are standing against Biafra, beware. Beware. The bar have been raised against you. And we are going to go after you with every single thing in our disposal. The Biafra people will go after you with every single thing at their disposal. We'll make sure that you go down. It is so sad that we find ourselves in this situation. But that's not what we can do. But as I speak now, the most important thing that you should be concerned about is the life of our Supreme Amazon Nandekano. I see no reason why any human being that has conscience, either you are either you love Biafra or not, I don't see why human beings that have conscience will hear and see the condition of our Supreme Amazon Nandekano, and yet all you are busy talking about is the seat at home, which is meant to release him. They are using a life of a human being for politics, playing politics on the life of Amazon Nandekano. A man who has not committed any crime. The court say free him. You couldn't free him. Even to allow him to have his medical treatment, they have refused him. They are playing politics with his health. They came and announced to us, and they said that the court have given order that his physician should go and see him. The physician of Mazen Nandekano has never ever seen Mazen Nandekano. He has confessed by himself. The physician of Mazen Nandekano, his name was mentioned by these criminal lawyers as the physician of Mazen Nandekano. And from every investigation shows that the physician of Mazen Nandekano have not met him. But they will come and tell you that Mazen Nandekano have seen his doctors. The physician of Mazen Nandekano, as we speak, from investigation, has not met Mazen Nandekano. Has not met Mazen Nandekano. And you are not concerned. His personal physician, who is supposed to take care of him, who knows about his health, who himself complained about the health of Mazen Nandekano, has not seen Mazen Nandekano, and they come and told you that Mazen Nandekano is receiving treatment. That is how evil they are, and that is why these criminals will not die better. somebody like Elo Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Ifeanyi Ejiofor will not die, he will die a miserable death. He will die a miserable death. Because even when our Prime Minister is raising the alarm for the whole world to hear, and the world is paying attention, this same criminal is countering this very what I said. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is going further to deepen himself into this criminal to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dies in detention. That is the mission of Ifeanyi Ejiofor. He wants to make sure that he ends the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. That is why he will come and debunk that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is okay. You say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken to the hospital. Where is the video? Where is the picture where he was taken to the hospital? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken to the hospital without a picture, when your criminal, one of the what do they call him? When one of the governors went to visit him, Soludo, when Soludo went to visit him, they gave us pictures. When it was to serve their own evil agenda, they gave us pictures. We saw pictures that Soludo went to see him. At least we saw pictures. But now you are telling us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have gone to treatment, but we cannot see any picture. There's no video. There's no evidence. Including his physicians have said that he didn't see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Personal physician of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was supposed to go and treat him, whose name was mentioned by the lawyer, has said that he has not seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are not worried. You are not worried. You claim to love him, and what you care about is to come every time that you come and tell the Biafra people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said they should stop Starhood. Where did you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say such? Which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is telling you that? Which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is telling you that we should stop Starhood? All these lies they have been pushing right, left, and center. But from every investigation that have been done, from thorough investigation that have been done, it has been clear that none of these idiots got to Mazi Nnamdi. Nobody can see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Nobody can tell us that I have seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody. But they continue to push this lie. They continue to blackmail you. They continue to push this falsehood. They continue to make you feel that they have seen him. Nobody anyway have seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When the physician could not be able to see Mazi Nnamdi, a physician who the court have said allow him to see, when the physician is almost on a run now, when the physician is almost not have said that he has not seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then how do you think any other person can see him? Including the criminal lawyer Jibako. Go and ask a lawyer Jibako. Go to his platform and ask a lawyer Jibako, when was the last time you saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Ask a lawyer Jimako, when was the last time you saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Ifeanyi Ejiofor was the very first person whom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stopped from coming to him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by himself disconnected himself from Ifeanyi Ejiofor. And from that moment, every one of you know, we never saw him make any right. Umu Chineke. His Umu Chineke died. We never see him come to make a statement and say, I went to visit Mazi Nnamdi. The person who has been writing a statement that after visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a lawyer Jibako. Every of his visiting day, is it I think Monday and Thursday, when he goes there and come out, he will issue a statement. Every time he goes to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will issue a statement. But what has happened in the past week, since the very time he brought that fake letter, from the moment he submitted that fake letter that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, have you seen Ejimako come again to say what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him? They have barred him from meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they have seen that their evil plan could not succeed, and the Ejiofor himself have become useless, they bar him. They bar him. And now, after they have barred him for seeing Mazi Nnamdi, now they activate their criminal, the main criminal, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. The main criminal, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, will now sit in his office. Will now sit in his office and tell you that he went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He will sit in his office with the other criminal, a fellow criminal. They will sit in his office and issue a message and say they want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And have you ever thought within yourself, put your mind together, from all the people who have been telling us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, which of them has been in good terms with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Which of them? Every one of you knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there are some people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not want to see with his two eyes. There are people who can never grant audience. Somebody like Ojo Zokalo. Ojo Zokalo tried to see Mazen Nandekan, but Mazen Nandekan said, I am not going to see you. Until they forced Ojo Zokalo, went through the back door to see Mazen Nandekan. And when he saw Mazen Nandekan, what did he do? He was asking Mazen Nandekan, why did you run away? A man who ran for his life, he was asking Mazen Nandekan, why did you run away? That was the only thing he could do. He was asking Mazen Nandekan, why did you run away? As if that is not enough. They came and told us that Ifeanyi Oba saw Mazen Nandekan. Ifeanyi Oba carried the traditional ruler, went and lodged in Abuja. And in Abuja, they begin to issue a statement that they went and saw Mazen Nandekan. And after seeing Mazen Nandekan, the only message Mazen Nandekan had for them is that they should stop sitting at home. The only message Mazen Nandekan had for them is that Biafra should stop fighting for him. That whatever we are doing is done on his behalf. Unbelievable. 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 It is so painful that when you see the thing that is happening, for those of us who are followers of Mazen, sometimes when you think what is happening, you feel like shedding tears. You feel like shedding tears. Because from every traces, things are happening right, left, and center, you will see evidence of evil. You will see the smell of evil. You see how they have connived. You see how they have come together. You see every plan, every hole they have dug for themselves. It is so painful when you still see people who come online, people that claim to love Mazen Nandekan, they come online, they be talking trash. What every Biafra is supposed to be doing today is to demand for Mazen and ask the government, where is Mazen Nandekan? That is what they're supposed to be demanding today. The hashtag that is supposed to be online today, the hashtag where is Mazen Nandekan? Because as I speak, nobody knows where Mazen Nandekan is. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what they have done to him. Nobody knows the situation, the true situation of Mazen Nandekan. The only thing we know that his condition is very, very critical. And when you see our Prime Minister say that if something is not done, we are going to lose him, that is absolutely truth. If you are not touched by that word, you are not human. And Mazen Simon Ekpa doesn't just speak because he wants to speak. I know how brave he is. I know the kind of word he says. Mazen Simon Ekpa doesn't just say word to make you happy. When it comes to Mazen Nandekan, he is very, very strict on that. Very, very strict. So when you see him come on Twitter and say that we should be careful about the health of Mazen Nandekan have deteriorated to the barest minimum, that the situation of Mazen Nandekan has gotten worse than ever. It is not a joke. It is not a blackmail. Neither is it a propaganda. He did not make that statement for you to begin to like him, or for you to, or not to impress you. That is the absolute truth that Biafra people should know. And they are hiding these things from us. Instead, they are busy telling us cock and bull story. I thank you that Biafran people in Biafra land today, they know what is going on, and most of them, majority of them know what is going on. Many Biafrans know. Because you and I that are sincere to ourselves, we know who Mazen Nandekan is. There are certain things you will see. They will say, Mazen Nandekan said this. You will say, no, he didn't. You don't need to wait. You don't need to ask questions. There are some information you will see without asking questions, without thinking twice. You know that this is not from Mazen Nandekan. The greatest question you should ask: why is it that Mazen Nandekan is held incommunicado? We can say, when was the last time you saw him? When was the last time you saw Mazen Nandekan in the public? And today, that there is no other human being, today they have succeeded in caging every single person. They have succeeded in buying every single individual that could be able to reach Mazen Nandekano today. Now that they have succeeded on that part, what do you think is our fate? What do you think is our fate? Now that they have succeeded in caging Mazen Nandekano. They have succeeded in bringing him down. What is our fate? I'm asking you. What is our fate? Have you asked yourself? No single, I said including his own family. Those idiots are busy but chasing money. Including his own family. They cannot give account of where Mazen Nandekano is today. The same way they could not be able to give account how he was kidnapped, where he was kidnapped. The same way today, they cannot give account where Mazen Nandekano is as we speak. The special counsel, who they claim to be dealing with for a very long time. The special counsel, who they claim to be talking with. The special counsel, who has been in contact with Mazen Nandekano today, has been cut off from Mazen Nandekano completely. The special counsel no longer have contact with Mazen Nandekano. Today, our Supreme Mazen Nandekano is just on his own, isolated completely from every one of us. And you want us to be silent? And you want us to continue to move around as if business is usual? And you still don't want us to talk? If you are not concerned, that means you don't have a heart. If you are not concerned about Mazen Nandekano's health today, if you're not concerned about Mazen Nandekano's life today, you don't have a heart. You don't have a heart. It is only by the special grace of Chukwu Okabiama today that we can be able to pull through. Only the special grace of Chukwu Okabiama can keep Mazen Nandekano alive for us. That is why, if you know how to pray, pray and pray more. Whatever you know you can do, continue to do it and do it harder for the release of Mazen Nandekano, because the situation is terrible. It is now terrible than ever. It has gotten to a situation where it has become very clear that the only intention that the zoo has, the only intention that this politician in the southeast has, is to take the life of Mazen Nandekano. But I bet you, every single one of them that is involved, they will go down. I thank Chukwu Okabiama when I heard the announcement of our Prime Minister. When our Prime Minister made an announcement that we are going to go after all these criminals, that we are going to start engaging on the infighting. When I heard that very information, I was glad. Because the enemies at home are the major obstacles that we are having today. The enemies inside, they are the major obstacles. They are the ones that give the loopholes for those outside. And they are the ones that are delaying our effort. And if we don't deal with these enemies inside, they will continue to cause havoc. So when I heard our Prime Minister make that very comment and say that we are going to start to fight the enemies inside, I was so glad. And it's going to commence. Whatever you see in Biafra land going forward, don't blame anybody. Don't blame anybody. For those who have chosen the path of destruction for themselves, destruction definitely will come upon them. For those who have chosen the path of destruction will fall upon them. And we can't help it. We have waited for too long for them to change. But from every indication, they are unrepentant souls. We have waited for a very long time for these people to have a change of heart, for them to have a change of thought. But from every indication, these are unrepentant, wicked souls. And if we continue to wait on them, they will cause more havoc. That is why the next step have been activated. So going forward, you are going to begin to hear some news. You are going to begin to see some things. Don't be moved. Whatever you see in Biafra land, do not be moved. Do not be shaken. Do not be shaken. Because this mission is a mission that must accomplish. You heard our Prime Minister say that he has come to complete what our eternal leader Dim Odumegwu started. When he's saying that word, he's not missing word. He's not saying it to make you happy. He's not saying it to entice you. He's not saying it for you to clap for him or for you to applaud him. He is saying it because it is something that must be done. A tax that must be done. And he has made himself available. It is so sad. It is so sad that Mazen Nandekano, the leader of more than 70 million people, all this while, the people he has been dying for, the people he surrounded himself with, who he has been working for, people he has sacrificed himself for, they are the people today who are making sure that they take his life. The people that Mazen Nandekano gave up his parents for, the people he gave up his career for, they are the people today that are standing ground to make sure they take his life. It is so painful. It's so painful. And I will not forgive anyone of them. Will not forgive any one of them. Anyone that is involved today, anyone that is involved in making sure that Mazen Nandekano does not get released, anyone that is involved, however you get involved, either you had it and you did not say, either you intentionally get involved or not unintentionally, you will never go free. Either you are involved by afterthought in the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekano, either you are involved by afterthought in keeping him in detention, you will never ever be free. You will not be free. You are going to face the full wrath of the Biafran people. And when that time comes, I bet you, you will never survive what is coming. No matter what the enemies are saying, no matter the blackmail propaganda, no matter what they push at us, I bet you we are going to survive it. We have passed through this road before. We have passed through this road before, and we are going to pass it again and again and again. The earlier you wake up and face reality, the better for you. The earlier you wake up and face reality, the better for you. Chukwu Okikadiama has made us to come. Chukwu Okikadiama have given us life. Chukwu Okikadiama has given us a responsibility. You as a Biafran, there is a responsibility on your shoulder today. And let me tell you, in case you don't know, it is your responsibility today to make sure that Mazen Nandekano is protected. When it was the responsibility of Mazen Nandekano to protect you, he did that without looking back. When it was the responsibility of Mazen Nandekano to speak for you, he spoke for you without looking back. When it was the responsibility of Mazen Nandekano to fight for you, he fought for you without minding. He put his own life on the line for you. And today, it has become your own time opportunity to reciprocate what Mazen Nandekano have done. It is now your own time to reciprocate what Mazen Nandekano did for you. And all you can pay him back with is hatred. All you can pay him back with is destroying his legacy. All you can pay him back with is to make sure he dies in detention. And you think you will go scot-free. You will never go scot-free. The Biafran people themselves will not allow you to go free. And I challenge every one of them. If anything happens to Mazen Nandekano today, you know what is coming. Our superior Mazen Nandekano have already given instruction on what will happen. Go back and listen to that very broadcast. I'm not going to tell you. Mazen Nandekano said, any day he falls, wherever he goes and he falls, any day he falls, anywhere, something will happen at 12 p.m. in the life of every one of them that is involved. Every politician, every member of our religion, Igbo. They should go and watch that very broadcast. I'm not going to repeat it again. So, as many of you that are planning and plotting to see that he doesn't come out, you cannot hide it forever. You are hiding the leader of 70 million people. Mazen Nandekano today, nobody can be able to tell if Mazen Nandekano is still there or not. There's no single person, no single sane person that can give us a concrete information on the situation of Mazen Nandekano. Whatever you are seeing today is all lies. It's all lies. People go in there bringing one information or the other. This one will go there and say, Mazen Nandekano said. Mazen Nandekano said. Said what? Why are you speaking on behalf of somebody who is alive? It is only the dead person that you can become a spokesman and be speaking for him. And the most painful and annoying, the people who are coming forward to say that he sent them are people we know are his arch enemies. The arch enemies of Mazen Nnamdi, the kind of people that want him dead, they are the people that are coming out to tell us that Mazen Nnamdi told them. And you want me to believe you? You want me to believe you? How on earth will I believe your nonsense? How on earth will I believe your madness? How on earth will I believe your deception? People that I know, while our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi was around. You see, that is why I always tell people on my broadcast, please and please and please. For those of you that have joined Mazen Nnamdi recently, for those of you who just joined in this kid now, take out your time. Go and look at his broadcast. Choose anyone you can lay your hand upon and listen to that. Just go back. Lay your hand on any of those broadcasts he has broadcast in the past. Choose any one of them. Any of his broadcasts. Just choose any one. And listen to it. And I bet you, your life will never be the same. Your life will never ever be the same. How long shall we continue to allow this happen? How long shall we continue to dance in this very criminality? How long shall we continue to allow evil to hold in our midst? It is so sad. It is so sad. The situation we find ourselves now is a very terrible one that we must not allow these things to continue. We must not. What is about to happen, if it happens? What is about to happen, if it happens? It is going to be too bad. It is going to be too bad. How can any normal person watch a life smoked out of Mazen Nnamdi? It's so sad. Sorry for that interruption. So my fellow Biafrans, please and please, I beg you in the name of Chukwukaba, do not allow all these evil plans to take place. Don't allow it. Do not allow it. The enemy we are fighting is they are coming on different angles. The enemy we are up against, they do not want to let go. They do not want to let go. They do not want to let go. It is high time we stand our ground and face reality. It is high time we stand our ground and face reality. Every distraction that is coming from right, left, and center, every obstruction, do not allow it. As we are ending our sit at home today, the next phase is going to open. Please pay attention and listen to our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. Whichever platform you are, pay attention and listen to our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. I beg you in the name of Chukwukaba, pay attention to him. If you do not, you are going to face a situation that is unbelievable. If you do not, you will face a situation that you cannot be able to manage. Something is about to happen. I don't know what it is, but I tell you, something is about to happen. Something is about to happen. I am telling you that something is about to happen. I don't know what it is. I can't place my hand on it, but I tell you something about to happen. So any place you are today, whichever part of the world you are watching this program from, please, I beg you in the name of Chukwukama, put your heart and mind together. Put your soul and mind together. All is not well. All is not well. We are going into a critical time, a critical time, a time that I don't know how to explain this. Something is about to happen. You better prepare yourself before it is too late. Get yourself prepared. Get yourself ready. Get yourself ready. No matter what the enemy does, no matter what the enemy says, do not give in. Do not give in. Do not give in. They will not stop. I want you to know that they will never stop until they get their wish. If you think that the enemies will fight a little and they stop, they will not stop. They will not stop. That is why you have to prepare your mind. Prepare your mind. Prepare your mind at all times. Prepare your mind so that you can be able to stand when the time comes. Prepare your mind so that you can be able to stand when the time comes. Because we are entering a very critical time. A very, very critical time. That is what we are stepping into. I am saying that something is about to happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't place my hand on it. But I know that something is about to happen. Whatever it is, you that is watching me, you should stay safe. Stay safe. Remain consistent in your demands. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow anybody to tell you otherwise. Do not allow anybody to try to put something in your mind. Always have the heart of a man. Always know that you are first of all a Biafran before anything. Always remember there's a sacrifice for every freedom you go for. Freedom doesn't come cheap. The day of sacrifice is fast approaching. The time of sacrifice is fast approaching. Please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okike, pay attention. Pay close attention to every situation. Pay close attention. If you don't, you have yourself to blame. We are in a time where every single thing seems to be turning against us. We are in a time where every attack seems to be against us. We are in a time where everything seems to be channeled against us. We must have to wake up. We must have to wake up. If we don't, it is going to be too bad. Chukwu Okike, who gave us life and placed us on that section of the country, has a reason why he kept us there. He has a reason why he allowed us to be in that contraption, to redeem every other indigenous person. I don't know why he gave us that responsibility, but that is the responsibility I see that he gave unto us. What we are going into is not an easy task. It is going to be tougher by day. It is going to be tougher. When you listen to the brokers of Master Simon Epa yesterday, when you listen to the brokers he released, 2 brokers that he made yesterday, you will know that this is no longer a child's play. You will know that we are entering a different day. I told you about the triumphant entry into Biafra. In that triumphant entry, once you step into it, it is time to clear every hindrances. And when you see Master Simon Epa announce the clearance of the infighting, every other enemies inside, enemies at home, because it is these enemies at home that have withheld us, that have made us to be marking time. The same people that held Master Nnamdi Kanu for more than a decade. If we don't do something, if we don't do something, they won't stop. They will not stop. They will not stop. And that is why it has become very, very necessary that something must be done. And I thank Chukwu Okike that has been activated. We are going to go after them. Any place they hide, wherever they are, both home and abroad, we will hunt them down. We will hunt them down. You that is a Biafran, Your own duty is that if you see something, you say something. Your own duty is to pay attention, listen to instruction. Anytime you hear go, go. When you hear stay, stay. Pay attention to every single instruction coming from Biafra Desire. Listen to Master Simon Ekpa. And if you are not on Twitter by now, if by now you are not yet on Twitter, follow Master Simon Ekpa, you're not doing yourself good. You are not doing yourself good and you're not serious. You should be on Twitter, follow Master Simon Ekpa. Retweet every single tweet he tweeted, retweet it. That's all you got to do. Retweet every of his tweets and be informed. If you do that, your safety is guaranteed 80%. Because information is power. If you see what we are doing, when we come online, we are talking on daily basis, shouting, and you think it's just noise making. It is not noise making. It is this talking that brought Nigeria to their knees today. It is this noise making we're making that brought Nigeria where it is today. It is the weapon that Mazen Nine can use to destroy Nigeria, as he said. And today, Biafra is still making achievement and progress through this same talking. That is why we will never stop talking. We will continue to be online to tear apart every. This is not like in the olden days. It's not like in 1967 where we have no media, where they just come and paint every lie. Anything they lie, they paint it and push it out there, and people will just take it and say, yes, that is it. They can't do it anymore. In the social media today, we are there to create the real narrative. When they create that their false narrative to deceive the people, when we come to the social media, we debunk it and we create the real narrative and people follow it. They know that. I pray that Chukwu Okabiam will guide and protect every Biafra. If you are in Biafra land today, please sit at home. The journey has just begun. It has not ended. The journey has not begun, and every one of us have to follow and march on. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are joining from. Every Biafran that have joined this broadcast, please like and share. Share this broadcast to other people who are not able to join us so they can get the message always. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate all the Biafran people, all the Biafran friends, those who are watching from any part of the world, the ESN, the BNL, the Liberation Army, the Media Warriors, the Omwada, and all the members of the cabinet. I appreciate every one of you, and I thank you for all that you are doing. And I pray that Chukwu Okabiam will guide and protect every one of us. I pray that Chukwu Okabiam will guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, wherever he is. We commit him in the hand of Chukwu Okabiam for divine protection. I appreciate our Suna Mazen Nandekan. I pray that Mazen Nandekan will remain in the hand of Chukwu Okabiam for guidance, protection, and provision. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. I appreciate you. See you again in the evening in King David Exploit Expose. Thank you and stay safe.